welcome to Generation Shadow, the epic supernatural saga that takes you through the entirety of horror history, one nightmare at a time. And we're in the middle of a particularly bad nightmare. It is Salem, 1692, the fourth, second to last episode of our very first arc. This episode is entitled, Thence I Will Command the Serpent. Because there's some serpents. There's some snakes slithering around in this, well, not really a Garden of Eden, but it's what we got. Snakes. Yeah, so let's meet some of the unfortunate characters who are dealing with these serpents. So let's start going around. I want to know who you are, who your character is, and actually, I think you can go ahead and we can do the session intro move. We'll kind of knock that out together at the very beginning. Yes, the session intro move is where you just, pretty simple, you just tell me what faction you want to spotlight, you want to kind of examine, you're going to roll for that faction, you roll your faction number, and depending on what you get, you'll get maybe some cool info, and you can also mark that faction, help you level up. So, Marvin, let's start with you. Would everyone think about what faction you want to check out? Marvin.
Okay, so hi, I'm Marvin, and I'm going to be playing the Spectre Diego Wensley, Ghost Pirate. I wasn't here last session, but we can explain that with the session before that. Kind of went into an unholy church, messed with my ghostly presence, so I dispersed, and now I'm reforming to the travesty that I see before me.
Alright, so, my ghostly friend, which faction are you thinking of rolling?
Last one on my list, Power.
Okay, that's the Covenant of Angels. So you're going to roll and add your power. No matter how you do, you get to mark it, so I guess you get to level up.
Hooray!
Yeah, that's always cool. It can be a little tricky to level up in this game, but I think you're managing it there.
It's worth it, because I got -1 in power.
Alright, well, let's see what happens. How'd you do?
3!
Woo! Alright. Well...
I think you meant...
Yeah, you're going to be caught flat-footed, and actually that ties in really well into my opening, so we'll get back to you about that.
Woo!
All right, next up, Kat.
Hi, I'm Kat. I'm playing Goody Sarah Pruitt, who is now going just by Sarah Pruitt. She is a Puritan, but unfortunately, her brother, Damnation, be thy Lord without Christ's mercy, has borne false witness against her, and she has had to flee. And she is now living amongst the Covenant of Angels and defending them from creatures of that. I have to go back and check on my children in the safe house now, as I've been given information that might be in danger.
Yes, they've been moved to the safe house. All kind of things are happening.
And for Sarah, she is going to be doing a mortality investigation.
So that is the Hangmen, which is Damnation Talbot's faction.
And she is trying to figure out...
what they're up to.
More like who is... She has a feeling that it's Claggett, but maybe it's somebody else.
All right, well, let's have you roll.
Or alternately, where the hell is Reverend Caleb Wright?
Ooh, okay.
Either one of those.
All right.
Roll first. That's still a 7.
Okay. So...
It's a terrible roll, but it's still a 7.
All right, so it says you owe someone that faction, someone owes you. Let's see, I'm not sure if I want to go that far, because...
I mean, I already owe someone in the faction, and somebody in the faction owed me, but he didn't care.
He didn't.
Which means he technically broke his oath.
He did. And...
I don't know what that means for an NPC, but he did.
Well, it means if the truth comes to light, he's going to be on the outs of this faction. But
Okay.
I'll give you a little bit of information. So, you can kind of gather that Claggett is definitely involved. He's playing a role. He's kind of the power behind the throne for Damnation Talbot. Damnation is indeed in league with the devil in the form of Lord Claggett, for sure. So you know that information.
When these werewolves died, do they revert back to human form, or do they stay wolfy?
I think they probably turn back. You know, they go back into their human shape. Just some weird naked human people lying around there dead in the snow.
People.
Well, we can bury them, kind of.
Sure.
She had a different idea.
Yeah, I mean, or like cut out their hearts to make sure they don't come back. And heads. That's a good idea. Always a good policy.
She was playing...
And their hands, because they're delicious. Wait, what? Sorry.
Yeah. You guys do the thing about taking off hands.
All about traditions.
And speaking of her
her plan, if I can, is actually to cut their heads off and put inside of one of their mouths a piece of paper that says, "Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor."
Whoa.
And in another one, it says, "Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife, nor his manservant." ... Because the good part about coveting the ox doesn't really.
Yeah, it doesn't really apply here.
But she does ... nor anything that is thy neighbor's. And that's what she puts in the other one's mouth. And then she, at nighttime, leaves them both on the doorstep of damnation.
Ooh, that's a nice...
Send of threats.
Yeah, nice little present. I'm not sure you'll have time to do that, but keep that in mind, because we're kind of starting like right after the last one moves off.
Okay.
But you can that can be a good future project.
That's something we could do during this episode.
And speaking of cutting off hands, which we were speaking of, lend a hand and its owner, Dallas. Sorry, I had to insert that segue.
Good segue. Hey, I'm Dallas, and my character Lars is a Fae who does run a shop called Lend a Hand, and his goal is to help people out that are truly in need, because he knows that favors do make the world go round, and to get some powerful artifacts, he's going to need some big favors from people. So he's loving what just recently happened with the group. He wasn't so sure about it first. Every one of them, to his knowledge, has truly shown who they are in his eyes.
I would say so. I mean, you're kind of getting, whether they're a werewolf really, or really sold to the devil. You're kind of.
I mean, it's not known widely yet. It's not known
we don't
widely
know that
yet.
particular truth.
So some secrets.
Lars, which faction would you roll for your opening?
I think just because of our last encounter with the werewolves, would be Knight.
Knight. Okay, so
Yes,
that's Ordo Sanguis. Yeah.
I'm
Who are kind of your main opposition right now, so that's good you're rolling them. How'd you... No?
9.
9. That's
Good.
okay.
Get 0.
Yes, you owe somebody, or they owe you. Let's see. I'm going to say... It's actually going to be related to Sir Francis Flood, who is the occultist that you kind of captured, and
Took his hand.
you took his hand? Yeah.
We
Maybe
left
like...
him
You gave him a little bit of
That's what
medicine.
lending means.
So keeping him totally from death's door.
Okay.
He's still a prisoner in
can
Lend.
I
He's
just-
trapped in Lend a Hand. But he owes you a little bit,
Okay.
and you might have some luck with that
I mean, you did keep
by in return for keeping
Sarah
him alive.
Talbot or Sarah Pruitt from killing him, so
It's true.
It's true.
she did very much want to.
Yes.
After that, we have Nick.
Hi, that's me. I'm Nick. I'm playing Andrei Ionescu, the werewolf, from a long line of werewolves who served the Ordo. But now he is second-guessing his current master.
Cool.
So his actions are not... They're being... how do you say?
He's kind of choosing his own path. I
Yeah,
think.
he's choosing his own path. He's grabbing for power on his own, away from the order.
Yeah.
So,
I definitely can see that from what happened last time with you kind of standing up to the Howling Hussars.
yes.
What faction would you like to roll?
Let's do wild.
Okay.
Find out about them.
See what the Renegade Brethren is up to.
Yes. My massive +3 to wild.
She needed it.
8.
Okay. Actually, I'll say like the death that you gave, or that Queen Grace gave to you. Her companion, a Irish man, not a man, he's a fairy, name of Hob. He owes you as well. You saved them both.
An Irish fairy, eh? More papist sodomites.
Well, I mean, they're pre-Christian. They're all hanging out in the other world, like stealing babies away, leaving changelings. So I don't know if they would go with that, but
Yeah.
They're doing their own wacky stuff. Okay. After that, and finally, I would say speaking of, but we're not going to go there. Yeah.
Thanks.
Padre.
Yes, hello. I am Patrick. I am playing Patrick Lynch, an Irishman living in the worst place for an Irishman to be living in, New England. At the time. At the time.
It's a pretty great place to be.
And I'm playing the Aware. I'm just a simple human, you know that? Simple. And I think I'm going to be rolling for Wild. Mainly because I have a question. How are they involved in any of this?
That is the
I
question.
don't, like, I've run into them. And they're just kind of an outlier, but where is their stake in
They
what's
really
going
wanted
on?
that creek.
I know they really wanted that creek.
That's what we know about.
You guys, the creek was just a random thing. The
I
creek
know.
is not a big
That's the joke of it, though.
Yeah. It was
so
all for the creek.
Hungry Jock did break us out of jail.
He did. He really did. I really appreciated that.
Well, give it a
I
roll.
have
Maybe
questions.
you'll find out kind of what their stake is in this, because Queen Grace has one for sure.
That's an 11 plus 0.
Excellent. That's a really great roll. All right,
It's a level up for me, too.
Oh, okay. Very cool. So, Mark Wild, here's the information you learned. This is what Lars actually learned, but you figure it out, too. Queen Grace has been trapped here by some of Lord Claggett's and Sir Francis Flood's magic. So they're against the order because she wants to be free.
I can believe that.
He's binding her with this nasty, like, iron anchor, trapping her on land and in the mortal
Ooh,
world. So she
that's
wants
fun.
out. Yeah.
I would also want out.
Yep. All part of his scheme to sow chaos from which he can rise.
Makes sense. Makes a lot of
As
sense.
a regular Littlefinger, if you know your Game of Thrones there. And speaking of Lord Claggett, we're actually going to start the scene with him and Diego.
Do you mind if I actually
Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
interject? Thank you.
Oh, right.
Yes.
My wolf move comes with the
Oh,
territory.
cool. Okay. Yeah.
Got you.
Yes.
Told you to remind you.
No, it's
Yeah, no, sometimes there's moves like the beginning, and we gotta juggle them, make sure. A lot of stuff to juggle
okay.
there.
That's 14.
Wow. So what's the result there?
All right. On a 10 plus, my territory is secure, and trouble is at a minimum. So
Yeah, okay. So that is
Take that
take
plus.
+1 ongoing to hitting the streets in my territory.
cool. So there's a portion of the woods that is all good.
Yep.
Okay.
And on my level up, I took Conduit from the Oracle.
Also look at the oracle.
So what does that one give you?
Oh, can I look at all of those?
Yeah, Conduit. Advance Let It Out for all characters in your presence, including yourself.
Ooh.
So I guess that means you get to do the Advance Let It Out move.
Oh.
Ah.
On a 12 plus, your powers or abilities manifest in an unexpectedly useful way. Mark Corruption to make that manifestation permanent.
Ooh. Okay. All right, so keep that in mind. We're going to start in a scene with you. Getting some stuff ready for later. Setting some clocks. A lot of clocks in this game that you kind of draw with circles. Always fun to have them. So you were kind of dissipated, cast into the ether after maybe being a little too close to some unhallowed ground. Now some equally not so nice magic is pushing you back together. You manifest in this sort of summoning circle. You are in the that upper room of the Jolly Codfish Inn, and Lord Claggett is looking you over. He's not alone. Ludwig, who is his werewolf right-hand
Not
wolf.
yet. I haven't talked with him yet. I haven't.
Yeah, but I mean,
still-
in your absence, Ludwig's kind of filling that role.
All right.
Who was like a big Germanic fellow with like kind of dark wolfish hair and like a big hussar mustache. He's hanging out next to Lord Claggett. Also there is Damnation Would Be Thy Lot If Not for Christ's Mercy, Talbot.
Fan-freaking-tastic. We're back here again.
Yep, all apparently in league. Lord Claggett, he's still looking worse for wear because he got thrashed pretty bad the last time you met, but he's doing better. He's been drinking the blood, and it's getting. Well, his skin is pretty close to the bone, so he does look rather skeletal. He's continuing to sip the red, and bits of him are starting to come back.
Is there anything I can do with the circle, or do I just push against it and...
Yeah, you're kind of trapped in there. You can maybe try to, but before you do, Lord Cloggett's like, wait, my ghostly pirate friend. A moment of your time is all I ask, if you please.
Well, it's not like I have a choice here.
Indeed, you do not. But I will send you on your way after I say my piece. Now, I understand that you once sailed in a position of some prominence. Oh, I thought it was like some cool ocean sound effect, but it was just the dishwasher.
It's watery.
That you once, yeah, the watery dishwasher. That you once occupied a position of some prominence upon the Sanguine Tide.
Aye, I was first mate.
And that this ship, well, I will tell you this. The Sanguine Tide served the Empire well as a privateer, going after Spanish ships, but eventually it became inconvenient to have those Spanish ships pirated. And so I arranged for the Sanguine Tide to be sunk.
So you did do it.
Well, I prefer to use some cat's paws, and I myself fired no cannons into the hull of your vessel. In fact, maybe if your men were better sailors, they would still be alive. So perhaps
I'm
it is
going
their
to
fault.
take out my pistol and fire it right at him.
Whoa!
If I can.
All right, give me a let it out.
All right, let it out.
See? Like, you have to shoot him. It's not just Goody Pruitt here.
Ooh, this
There's
gives me an
something about
opportunity.
the guy.
Yeah.
I'm going to use conduit to advance let it out, and then use let it out. Because I don't think conduit is an actual, move. It doesn't allow me to roll or anything. So, let's do it. Let it out. And that's only an 8. But still.
Okay.
So, I'm going to... nothing's vulnerable. I'm just going to take +1 forward on my next roll.
Okay, that's fair. I mean, I can see you're like... How would you describe this looking? You're just blasting the pistol at him?
As soon as he says that little remark about my crew being better sailors, take out my pistol and fire it right at him. Doesn't penetrate, but you can tell it was right at his forehead.
Yeah, he's taken aback a bit, and he's like,
Not another word about me crew, Claggett.
very well. I will attempt to be a bit more diplomatic. I want you to... And he's like, maybe I was going to assault his crew, but he reconsiders. He says, currently, what if I told you the Sanguine Tide was not lost? That it sails on in another fashion, serving Ordo Sanguis, serving me in particular.
You bloody didn't.
I'm afraid that is the case, but not always. If you agree to serve me as my agent, perhaps even infiltrating the ranks of your friends, I can promise you that the Sanguine Tide will have you for a new captain. And he puts his hand on Damnation Talbot's shoulder and says, as you can see, those who choose my friendship are well rewarded. And Damnation is like, best take his offer, pirate. So what do you say? Are you going to agree to spy on your friends in return for getting the Sanguine Tide back?
What would be the size of a car in the 1680s?
A wagon.
A wagon.
Yeah, like a wagon.
Would there be a wagon outside that I can sense, maybe?
Yeah, I mean, it's an inn. Wagons are coming and going. What are you thinking of doing?
So, with that let it out, I just advanced corruption. And I'm taking the corruption move, telekinesis.
Oh, no.
So mark corruption to move an object up to the size of a car.
Yeah, a wagon would definitely do that.
So I'm going to sense that wagon. I'm not going to say anything to him, except maybe this.
Dang.
And up comes a wagon, and I drop it right into the room, hopefully breaking the circle.
All right, it's definitely going to break that circle. Why don't you roll Unleash an Attack, and just to see kind of what happens there to everybody in the room.
And I have +1 forward, so this is +2.
Yes.
So 9. All right. So on a 9, just choose one. I'm going to take something from them. Circle. Yeah, I'm going to take the circle from them.
Okay. And I would say,
Maybe the breaking of the circle inflicts harm on me, too.
yeah, I would say that makes the most sense. You're going to take, what level of harm were you previously?
I dispersed and reformed, so I assume I was just, back.
Yeah, I think that's okay. So you can put it at 1 faint harm.
Gotcha.
Of like your psychic essence has been torn a bit because of roughly leaving the summoning circle. But yeah, now you are free to leave. Currently, the room is in shambles. What do you think was in the wagon that you threw into the room? Is that full like pumpkins or chickens? I don't...
Chickens.
Okay.
Definitely chickens.
Yeah, there's chickens everywhere. It is. It's a storm of chickens. Some got crushed,
Looks like
sadly.
they came home to roost.
Oh, wow. So good. But yeah, you can escape, and as you fly out, you detect sort of a psychic cry for help from the foursome of your friends in Gethsemane.
Oh, boy. Well, off to help me new mates. But hear me now, Claggett. The sanguine tide will sail again, and not under your control.
Whoa.
And I fly off.
Ah. So, back in Gethsemane, it's actually just a little bit after the werewolf attack. Maybe an hour or so has passed. So it's kind of to be about a little before midnight. You guys have not had a chance to heal. The wounds you took there are still going to be there unless you got some super...
I
super
am actually
I didn't
take any wounds.
I'm going to go ahead and do another let it out.
Okay, to heal?
Yep.
Alright, let's see how that goes.
Oh, well,
Oh, boy.
It didn't work.
Oh, boy.
No, it just doesn't work. I mean,
It's not
I
bad.
don't mark corruption and just nothing happens.
You're still, you try and summon, so, Cat, or
Yeah.
Goody Pruitt, last time there was a connection with some power that's in this place.
Yeah.
Perhaps kind of some sort of, maybe not necessarily holy energy, but definitely spiritual energy. It filled you up and healed you a bit, but it seems to be it's not working now.
Yeah, I don't know if I can try to let it out again or...
No, maybe in a little bit.
Okay.
But it was not, and maybe the energy is not as godly as you originally thought.
Maybe.
So,
She's not concerning herself with it, really, because she's busy using her silver axe to cut these werewolves' heads off.
alright, so while you're working on hacking up these werewolves in Gethsemane, what are the rest of you guys doing? And then also, our ghostly friend has just reappeared.
We don't know he's there. What, you two?
Do I note that she's possibly still injured or that anyone else is?
They could probably,
see
you can probably
huge
tell.
bite mark on my arm.
Yeah, you can see the wounds, so for sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's got stitches on her face.
So, whoever's closest to me first, I'll walk up and do a nature's caress. And that's, yeah.
I feel like
I walk up real close and I just pat you on the back. But
Missed
he'll
opportunity.
give yourself a pat on the back.
Missed opportunity.
I feel like Goody Pruitt was very close to you during that fight.
Okay. So, I'm going to use the debt and trade it with Andre because I can cash in a debt to use this not on myself, but on other people. So I'm going to do that. And that
Good
does
idea
that for
there.
you. That's 2. And then for you, I will take corruption, Sarah, to heal you.
Ooh. So what does that look like? Is it like some magical healing leaves or... wrap them
Yeah,
up?
you can say maybe I pull out my goblet and I rub some certain runes on it. Like, I turn it as I do things. And I check for the right ones, and I sort of say something as I do that, and then maybe do that. So I'm borrowing.
Yeah.
I'm either borrowing a debt from my my monarch or taking corruption for this stuff. Because either way, I understand.
You
I understand.
don't have to heal her. She just didn't ask you to.
Oh,
So if you don't want to, you don't do it.
But that's kind of what I do.
Yeah, it's up to Lars. I think he wants to do this. Yeah.
It is my thing. Yeah.
He's
All
the
right.
healer. He's the cleric.
Yeah.
So you decide you want to up the debt with
Cleric.
Queen Grace, or if you want to take the corruption.
I'm gonna take it because I need what I have over Queen Grace right now more than
okay.
anything because I owe Sassamon a debt I don't want to break.
What are the rest of you guys doing?
So
You're cutting off wolf heads. You're healing.
I'm
Padre.
gonna go explore the angel statue at made out of that living tree.
Yeah, the Angelus Aperture.
Yeah,
Okay,
I'm
so
just,
would you like to-
The place of power. Or
I think I'm actually gonna do man, I'm trying to figure out what move I want to do. I guess investigate a place of power is probably my best bet.
All right.
That's the 7 + 2, 9.
Okay, so you get to mark power, and with that, you see a little below the surface. I'll tell you this. So that the Angelus Aperture was like a kind of white wooden tree carved the shape of an angelic, sort of very, very basic statue-like features into this living wood. Now its eyes have opened up.
Oh, great! This is excellent.
Yeah, the wooden eyes have opened. You can see some glowing energy within.
I'm gonna tap my right eye, and that wooden parts of the statue that I took from Asmodeus, the statue, is on my face, just kind of appearing there, looking at it. Huh. I wonder.
So you're trying to kind of see it with the devil's eyes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's I guess seeing beneath it is with the.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So maybe like thanks to that, you can see the eyes open.
Yeah.
Ooh. All right.
It's quite strange.
Hey, one more thing there, unless Andre wants to do something.
Well, I have to head back, but
All right. Well, let's see what Goody Pruitt's up to.
yeah.
So really quickly, I wanted to see if I can put a face to the name with either of these people to figure out if they were involved in any of the colonies.
So these are the dead werewolves. Okay.
Which, so I guess I'm probably rolling on night for that, since they're night.
Yes, they're with Ordo Sanguis. They were Howling Hussars.
I want to just figure out if I've ever seen them around town, if they've been hanging out with
That's
anyone.
fair. Okay. So roll night. What do you do there?
That's an 11.
Whoa, okay. No, they are foreigners. They're like all the Howling Hussars were like sort of German, Central European woodsmen. They're all like Prussian, Austrian, Bavarian, Black Forest werewolves who were recruited. So, they're like the Hessians.
Okay.
Or wait, I don't think the Hessians were actually mercenaries. So just, we've got any Hessian listeners? We know. Don't write it and correct me.
They were.
They were. I thought they were serving because of an alliance with England. They weren't actually
An alliance.
Because I've heard people are like Hessians weren't mercenaries. That's propaganda.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure they were, but I could be wrong.
Okay, well, if you're a Hessian, you are a mercenary. I don't care what history says. You are not sorry.
Anymore.
Please don't. We don't care about you.
Okay,
Sorry, Hessian.
So at any rate,
existence.
she definitely knows that these are people that she doesn't know.
Yes, that's true. They're like
It's a weird
Hans
thing
and
to
Franz,
find out on
yeah.
a 10+, but it's accurate. So
Yeah, I mean that's what you get. Andre.
Yeah, I would also like to investigate this place of power, just to sort of find out more about my new host.
Sure. So go sniffing around Gethsemane. This is like probably the first time you're here actually. Yeah. So that kind of makes sense. Okay.
Snake eyes.
Well, you get to mark. You mark it anyway. Like even if you fail, you get to mark it. So there's no downside. That's how you level up.
and then I have
All right.
Mark potential.
So yeah, or I guess we can't say mark potential. It's like mark the faction.
Mark the faction.
Mark
Yeah.
experience.
should do regardless. But hey,
Yeah. So while you guys are all kind of going around Gethsemane, a visitor arrives. It is Virtue Wright
okay.
riding in on her horse. I think another messenger was there saying your kids were safe. But now Virtue is showing up. She is the daughter of Reverend Wright, and she is very, very worried. And she's like, Father, he's trapped. She is panicking and freaking out.
Where's your father trapped at?
He's she's catching her breath a bit. And she looks over at you, Lars. He managed to make it to your store to lend a hand.
Well, then you should be in a good place.
Well,
Hester should hopefully be able to aid
I hope so, but I think Damnation Talbot has found out his whereabouts, and now the Hangmen are coming for him.
Great.
An army of them coming
Great.
through the streets.
Who are the
The Hangmen are the scarecrows that are living.
Thank you.
I would like
Ones
to
had the muskets.
do a hit the streets with the power faction to get people to help us.
That makes sense. Okay. So you're calling on like Hecate and
I'm calling on Hecate
Bessie
and
Barlow,
Bessie
who's
Barlow.
running the Covenant. All right.
As I have defended you, so help defend this man's shop.
Nice.
Ah!
That's a 14.
Whoa. Okay.
Some good
Bessie
dice.
Barlow. You can tell Hecate's not super into this, but
Well, we can say that she made this with Bessie Barlow then.
yeah. Well, Bessie Barlow is like Bessie Barlow is very into this. So she says, "I would much rather have Reverend Wright running things in Salem than a fanatic and a greed crazed monster like Damnation Talbot. Ask."
He is not the only one.
I would remind you, Bessie Barlow, that he is my brother, and he's far worse than anything you're saying about him.
she laughs a little bit at that. She's like, "Well, I'll keep that in mind."
I feel like there's a joke there or something. Don't you call everybody brother?
He is literally my brother. We have the same mother and father.
Oh, well, that's interesting. That changes things a little bit.
You do know that I was married, and Pruitt is my married name.
Yeah, I knew you were married, but I didn't know your last name was actually Talbot.
And it is.
Great.
So Bessie Barlow says, "Whatever you need, ask, and the Covenant shall provide." What is your do you have a plan, some way you can get back into Salem? What would you have us do?
I can see if I know a secret way through the woods.
Oh, or actually, you got a certain werewolf might be able to do that even better.
Yeah.
Have they arrived in the scene yet?
Yeah, you've been there for a little bit. You manifested. Everybody's right now in.
Did you
Gethsemane
manifest?
No.
together. You're just silently ghosting
You're just
everybody.
watching.
Watching. Yeah.
I mean, I think Lars can see you.
I sense.
Sense him. Yes.
I can also
I can
sense
also
him.
Oh yes, that's true. All of our three supernatural characters can sense that you're there. So they
Even
could
though I
ask.
now regenerate, I do not have any supernatural powers.
You're a little. You're getting to be supernatural, but not quite.
So
I'll wait for you to announce yourself.
So what? Do you
It's
know
only
the
polite.
secret way into the town through the wood?
There are ways through my territory.
And, Lars, certainly you have some secret entrance into your shop that only you know about.
No.
There's only the entrance and the exit.
I can
Yeah,
call
I
on
guess
some
you pick
people
the
in
secret
Salem that I
passage.
know.
Yeah, I don't have a thing where I can't create a place. Like that's just part of story. That's
Yeah.
not part of my character.
Not as
I
not
can't-
as
I
not
can't
as
decide.
like I remember we had our like wizard's laboratory in our
Yeah.
Yeah,
French
they got
Revolution
some
game,
fun.
but yeah, just
I mean,
lend a hand is just a store.
I know some people in Salem who might be able to help us out and get us in. I mean, but it's kind of a long shot.
I do have friends in Salem. Unfortunately, they're either in jail or me.
Mine on foot are the other than savory type.
I'm going to choose now to be seen and heard. We could always.
Finally, you reveal yourself.
Ah, it's good to see you again, Diego.
Hey,
It's all the fun.
I had a bit of fun myself with Lord Claggett.
Really?
Dropped a chicken coop on him.
Did you now?
Your brother
Excellent.
was there too. Sorry, but I didn't kill him.
Oh, then.
Well,
I was kind of focused on freeing myself. But
you were trapped there?
Impressive.
trapped, summoned there. He
Yikes.
has me crew under his sprawl.
No way. That's,
But that gives me an idea. If we need to get into Salem, why not ask the dead?
I don't understand.
Yeah, I'm kind of drawing a blank there as well.
Salem. A lot of people are dying here, yes?
Yeah?
There must be a couple of them who know of a secret way in.
You do your thing, David.
So we're gonna try going through the woods using your kind of sleazy underworld contacts or your literal underworld contacts,
Why not all three?
or all three.
true.
All right,
three.
let's see what happens. So
Have as much information as possible.
all right, so let's do Andre first. So to go through the woods,
Yep.
is this a special werewolf thing you would?
No.
Okay,
I
why
mean,
don't you
it's
roll?
just sort of-
Yeah, I mean, actually, I'm going to say I'm not going to make you roll for this because you know the woods. Like,
It's yours.
yeah, so you can guide there. Maybe do you want to guide somebody through with you, or just going alone?
Whoever is willing to come along.
I'll
Okay,
go along.
and you guys could ask Bessie Barlow or Hecate to go with you too.
I'll go along as well.
Okay.
Yeah, I was pretty much asking Betsy, Barlow, and Hecate to come with us.
Oh, to go with you. Okay, I thought you wanted like cast a spell or something.
I mean, they can cast spells or they can come with. I'm just looking for any sort of aid that they can provide.
Also, Hungry Jacques is there with his flying canoe. If you want to use that in some capacity, he might be willing to assist as well, even if he's kind of off the side right now.
I will entreat Hungry Jock.
Pretty cool.
I don't know if I should try to do a persuasion or if I should try to do it in the streets again.
I think a persuasion works as him individually.
Does anybody have a debt with Hungry Jock?
I don't, but I have one with
I owe him a debt.
Sassamon.
Okay, so persuasion is using heart, right?
Yes, I mean you could ask somebody to lend a hand. Maybe.
Or I could lend somebody else a hand. Does that anybody quite? Oh, you've got a good heart. I'll lend you a hand.
All right. So what do you say? Or what do you say? And then how do you back him up? What does
You're-
Lars say? If
You're the
you want to go
wild.
with this
You're
path?
wild faction, right?
I am. That's true.
Yeah. So you probably know Hungry Jacques pretty well.
Let's see if I can help.
Or what are you asking him to do? As
You
well?
don't.
I'm not helpful.
Okay, so maybe you're not getting that +1. But what do you? Well, do you want to ask him to like pitch in with his canoe in some way?
Well, Jacques, it seems that you have a trick up your sleeve for every kind of moment. Your quick thinking and planning to get us out of our predicament earlier was just a great thing to do. Thank you.
Fortuitous.
Yes, thank you.
Lucky. It's very lucky.
We're hoping that you might have an idea of what to do next, and your contraption seems a perfect fit. Would you,
I believe it
Would you
could.
lend us another hand?
Navigate the sky, but I do not know if I wish to put my life on the line for some Puritan. So why don't you give me the persuasion roll and see if he'll agree to it.
I think. 10.
Okay, so he's like, I think I will do this for you. Once you get into your shop, I know where it is. I will be in the clouds. When you need to safely leave, you send me a signal. I will come down and pick you up and take you out of there.
We mean for you to never be in any harm's way, Jacques. We appreciate this highly.
My friend, I will make sure I stay well out of harm's way until it's. I have no other choice but to come down.
What is your signal?
How about you raise that goblet of yours in a toast?
Well done.
Empty chairs and empty tables.
Whoa! It's all going to end up like Les Miserables?
Yes, absolutely.
Oh man,
We're gonna die the barricades.
All right, so
Looking forward to this.
you guys make it through the woods,
Take to the sky.
and you make your way into Salem through like this back alley area, and you can see kind of the front of Lend a Hand, and there is a Hangmen army of maybe like 20, 30 of these scarecrows. So they're standing there looking in, like waiting for the signal to rush in.
I charge.
Okay. So I'll see you
I
with
was,
them then.
I was gonna say we could do a little bit of planning beforehand.
Nope, I'm doing this recklessly.
All right. We'll get back to you on your attack. You two. So you ask the dead. How does that work? See how that goes? Because you might be able to come in.
Because
It's
I
just
just
hit
leveled
the
up and I
streets.
took reckless.
Oh, hit the streets. Okay, with some of
Yeah.
the dead in Salem. All right.
Anybody
There's a
that's attacking with me also gets a +1 armor.
Sweet. Hopefully you can get some ghosts on your side. So,
Yeah, but only if you do the stupid things with me.
Oh. Oh dear. So hit the streets. What faction would have ghosts widely available? What faction would this be? Knight?
Technically.
I guess it is technically, but it might be mortality because these are like. I guess it depends like what ghosts you're going after to ask, and I think you're just asking like the dead people in Salem.
Yeah.
So like these are a bunch of like dead Puritans. Let's see how good they are. I don't know.
Okay.
They might be into it. Tell us.
0 mortality.
I mean, they're very proper.
7.
All right. Well, maybe there's one ghost who's kind of into it. All right. So for a 7 for hit the streets. Look it up real quick here.
Choose one.
Okay. So you get to pick. So whichever. So either they're gonna this ghost you're gonna deal with. we'll guide you and a friend to the shop, like right inside through some secret chambers. Maybe some secret smugglers' tunnels. But they're gonna have their own issues to deal with. Maybe some other ghosts are angry at them, or they're gonna need something from you.
I owe enough debts. They're juggling their own problems.
Okay. So I'm gonna say this ghost is like a weird smuggler by the name of Thatch.
Alright, Thatch.
His problem is that he's still running from those excise men even in death. There's a bunch of ghostly smuggler hunters or ghost smuggler hunters always after him.
Even in death, you can't get away, man.
I can't get a break, laddie. So poor Thatch will take you there, but as soon as that, he's like, "You hear that? The revenuers are coming. Good luck." And he floats away.
Well, you got us in the shop, Lars.
Sort of a helpful ghost. So you guys are in the shop. You two are in the shop. You guys are outside, and you are rushing in to attack all these scarecrows.
Yeah.
Okay, let's have you roll your unleash an attack.
Cool.
And then we'll see if anyone's following you in this foolhardy.
Cool. If
attack.
anybody follows me, you get a +1 armor. If you don't, then you don't. She figures she's making a distraction. Why not? Also, she's defending this town from Satan again, and hopefully people will see that she's doing that. Maybe. So she goes, as she charges, she shouts, "The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want." And she shoots one of them with her blunderbuss,
Okay.
musket, whatever it is.
I thought she was like both. She's a blunderbuss and a musket.
She just got the one.
Okay.
Rifle. But this is the big one that does crazy amounts of damage.
Right.
One's gonna one-shot one of these Hangmen.
That's her plan. Hold on.
Maybe. Oh, but you got a big plus to that, I
She
bet.
does.
There's bonuses.
She does. She's got a lot of bonuses.
Actually, nope, that still misses.
Oh, no. So what do you think happens? It's like,
I think it just jams.
yeah, I mean, those old guns, just click.
Yeah, because
The
that's
spark isn't there.
2, and another 2, and I don't see anything where I get an additional +1 on my attack.
All right. So as you rush in with this cool cry, you fire. It fizzles in the pan. These scarecrows, all of them are turning around, looking at you with their weird
As she's doing
turnip
that,
or pumpkin heads.
Sorry, no. I was just saying, as she pulls out the gun, I pull out my dagger and rush in.
Okay. Let's have you do an attack.
By the way, can we say that I don't have to do the reload? That I can try to shoot it again next turn, or
Oh,
do I have to clear out the jam before?
I'll tell you what. Roll a dice. Odds. The gun is not going to be work. Not you have to really work at the gun.
Okay.
Even you can fire it next turn.
Okay. Guns out of the equation.
All
That's
right.
fine.
You know, old-fashioned firearms are not. They're not that great. It turns out.
Sorry,
Who knew?
Take a minute to
I didn't
reload.
mean to interrupt your turn.
No, it's
How'd you do with the attack? And then we'll have Patrick.
10.
Whoa!
Yeah.
So you rush in with that dagger. All right. So you're either going to inflict terrible harm, or you could take something, and it could be you take her out of the way, or you take their attention away from her. I'd be okay with that.
You do get that +1 armor.
It could be a more metaphorical thing you take instead of just they're armed with muskets pretty much, and a few
I'll
of them
take
have
the aggro.
what's that?
I'll take the aggro.
Okay, so now they're their attention is on you. How much damage do you do?
It's a dagger, or it's essentially a knife, so 2 harm, I think.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna be like you.
Does it do 1 harm in and of itself, and then the
2 harm
Then it's
in and of itself.
then you probably did 3 harm if you did.
Yeah, did you roll? What did you roll again? A 10? You said.
You rolled 10.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay. Well, actually, but you chose to take their attention, not inflict
Oh,
harm.
okay.
I chose to take something.
All right.
Gotcha, sorry.
So you grab one of these scarecrows and you just go Plah! And you cut real deep into its pumpkin head, pumpkin juice everywhere, and it collapses. Padre, what are you doing?
I'm going to be stepping out and unleashing the devil inside.
So you get a +1 armor too.
Yep. Ooh, that's bad.
What happens?
I owe my patron a debt.
Okay.
It's +1 debt to Asmodeus. But I still get the ability, and I'm going to pick still get to choose one, so I'm going to pick demonic weapon, and it's going to be a 2 harm closest. So I'm going to draw out that demonic pistol of mine. And I don't know if I can take a shot as part of the same turn.
Yeah, I'll let it happen.
Okay, I'm going to take a shot.
Just like blast into these scarecrows.
So an illusion attack, and I get to roll with mine instead of blood. Which, that's booty. That's 7, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what do you think? They're going to take some harm. First of all, how much harm do you do with that? You said
So I do 2 harm close, and I'm going to, I'm going to do inflict terrible harm. Just kind of up it up a little bit as I fire off the pistol.
Okay.
And I guess I'm going to say that I find myself in a bad spot.
Alright, so that pistol, you aim pretty well, and you like kind of domino effect to it blasts through one turn, it keeps going, and blows up another Mocking Man's head, so 2 scarecrows collapse, but now they are turning their muskets to face you. So let's see how you guys handle the Don't Check In on R2 inside Lend a Hand. So, Andre, you take the attention. So I want you to roll Keep Your Cool. See how it goes. Not good? Or good?
Spirit.
Yeah.
Which is 1. So, no.
So not very good at all.
6.
Okay. You are going to take, let's see, 1 more level of Feint, and then 1 of the next level, which is...
Grievous.
Yeah, 1 of Grievous.
General Grievous.
Yes, our favorite Star Wars character. That's the 6-armed coughing robot. Man. Oh, he's great. When is he going to show up in the new movies? That's my question. Come on, Ryan
Somebody
Johnson.
died.
Well, let's no, bring him back. They
you
brought
can
Darth
get
Maul back.
cut in half. Spoilers.
Sorry.
Spoiler for a TV show that came out years
All right,
ago.
well, they're going to bring... I bet it's episode 10 is going to be all Grievous all the time.
He also showed up at the end of Solo. That is a spoiler.
Yeah.
That's true.
Sucker.
Yep, he did.
And if it follows the weird, like, showing a totally new side of a character, the General Grievous will be like a cool lounge singer or something.
Like,
I don't know. I mean, maybe he's like a Tom Waits type. You know, he's got that cool raspy voice.
I doubt it.
Come on, Ryan Johnson or whoever is directing that one, make it happen. All right, so anyway, it's all from muskets hitting you. Musket shot, you can say. So you got a few bullets in you.
Well, they still take them a while to reload, too.
That's true, but there are a lot of them. All right, Padraig, one's going to take a shot at you, so just roll a Keep Your Cool.
Okay. It's plus spirits, which has 0.
Just the 1, though, so even if you miss, it might not be too bad.
It's
How'd
a
you do?
6.
Okay. What's your current harm level?
My current harm level is I don't have any harm,
Okay.
but I have 3 armor.
Ooh, alright. It's going to knock off... Is it, like, armor that you wear, or is it...
It is so the armor is from her, from Gertie Pruitt.
Oh, I see.
have plus
okay.
1 armor from my,
Did you remember your
Patronage?
plus 1 armor when you took that damage?
and then I have plus 1 armor for hard boiled. Whenever I'm in trouble while chasing down a lead,
so
plus 1 armor.
Okay, so it's kind of like metaphorical armor. Alright, I'm just going to put you at 1 level of Feint harm.
Okay.
You can be like, what do you think? The bullet just, like, grazes you?
It's,
or,
it's
like,
probably,
is it
it's probably just a
covered?
graze along the side.
Okay, that's
so I don't
fair.
have the Grievous.
Right.
Alright. So, so you guys are in Lend a Hand. Outside, a battle is raging as all these Mocking Men are battling it out with these 3.
characters
Inside,
are going to die tonight.
you can see Hester has, like, pushed a bench and some chairs, trying to, like, kind of barricade the door there. And Reverend Wright is helping her out. So he is safe, like, for the moment. And when you come in, he's just like, oh, whoa! An apparition.
Yes.
Oh, an actual apparition.
Aye.
Hester's like, oh, it's just my boss and someone else.
Someone
Caleb
else.
Wright's met the ghost, hasn't he?
Oh, yeah, but I don't know if Hester has.
Hester, no.
Probably
okay.
not.
Then I do introductions.
Yeah. Oh, well, this is the first time I've met a ghost. I guess, pleased to meet you.
My
They're
hand
fighting
goes
for our
right
lives.
through.
Oh, well, that's very odd. Hester's everyone's favorite spunky Puritan shop girl.
I'm dead. Doesn't mean I'm a monster.
Well, I'm very glad to know that, sir. So, Reverend Wright says, I want to thank her for offering me sanctuary, but I fear if they get in here, they'll take me away, and Damnation Talbot he'll arrange for my demise, and then he'll have total control over Salem and the Hangmen.
Well, I believe our offer our best to aid you. It's not a good situation for anybody.
Lars, don't we have something in here that could probably take care of those mocking men?
Hester might be able to root through something. I don't
Well,
know.
funny you should mention that.
Memory on a log.
Because as you look back, the closet where you locked Sir Francis, the door starts jiggling a bit, and then you hear some occult words being muttered out. And suddenly, a bunch of those shelves you had with all kinds of your inventory come crashing down. This inventory comes together, and a humanoid figure, like a construct of just the detritus in the store. So it's got like a weird driftwood arm, like a clock for a belly. All kinds of your products, some magical, some otherwise,
I'm digging it.
swirl together into this big detritus construct in the middle of the store.
All right. So, Hester, it seems it's time to clean up the clutter.
Whoa!
I think that man just cost you several $100. Did they use dollars in 60 days? What do they use?
Well, it used to be pounds because they're all
Pounds?
still in England. Yeah.
Several
sterling.
£100 you just lost there.
It's all right. Whenever there's a loss, there's a chance to make it back. It's all the fun.
Really several pounds.
Yeah.
Pounds.
Hester's like, are we going to destroy our own inventory? What do you think, boss?
Before it destroys us, Hester, please assist. Wait, sorry. It was
Reverend Wright?
Reverend Wright to a far corner room, or if it's possible, Diego. I think you've got some work to do. By the way, 10 to 1 says Sarah started that upstairs.
That also reminds me that Sarah put her bonnet back on before
Before
charging
going to
into
battle?
town. Well, because she doesn't want to be like, see, I'm on the side of the Lord, and then have her head uncovered, and everybody's all like,
Are you sure about that?
I know, a bare head. That's just a sin to me.
right. So,
Alright, so, Diego, what are you doing against this detritus
Do I
construct?
hear the guy muttering in the cabinet?
Yeah, you still have to cast some spells.
oh, okay, the detritus construct's fighting against you guys inside.
Yeah,
So,
no, that's
I
right
don't
here.
know if this is... Can I investigate, like, a place of power?
Oh, like related to, I guess, just like to
That
understand
cat.
the spell he's doing?
Yeah.
Okay, I can
And
see
see if
that.
I can break it.
Yes, you would roll Knight for him, because he's kind of working on behalf of Lord Claggett. Yeah. Even though, I mean, Lord Claggett did end up betraying him, something that may come in handy.
I got an 8.
Okay. So, you'll see the reality.
Mhm.
So this is a spell that he is in charge of. He could maybe put a stop to it if he wanted to, if he kind of says the right words. And you also know that, like, he's in there because of Lord Claggett. Lord Claggett set you guys against him, even if, I mean, it was, can't remember who actually took his hand off. I think it was, Goody Pruitt. But, you know, I mean, it was on behalf of Lord Claggett.
Alright, but
It's that
I
right
got a
kind
plan.
of fence they cut it off. It's all in here.
You might be able to reattach his hand. Maybe.
No, that hand is lovely. You can't. I mean, I guess
I
magically.
think we gave it as a
maybe.
gift somewhere.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The hand is like she gave it to Reverend Wright. Actually, it's like a little souvenir.
Well, that hand's gone. But Lars, I
Pizza
got a plan.
nowadays,
Keep
not
the
cheap.
construct busy. I'm going to see if I can get our friend there to turn it off.
All right, Lars. How are you going to deal with this construct of all your merchandise coming towards you?
Keep inventory.
Yeah. Okay, so to the best of my ability, I'm gonna, I guess, try to Wild Fury this thing.
Clean up on all 3.
Yep. I'm going to use an element of nature striking my enemy, which would be, I think, as forceful as wind as possible.
This here.
So see if I can like knock it back, shatter it, something like that. That's my goal. I don't want to burn the place down. I don't want to do anything else. No other elements. I think.
Fill with water.
Yeah, fill it exactly right.
Hit all those books, all the books you have waterlogged. Ooh,
So
that's
my
no
first,
good.
yeah. So I'd like to do that if possible. I don't really have any weapons, but I guess I go for unleash an attack.
All right.
You're unleashing like a spiritual.
Yeah, magical, a wind spell in the sky.
Right.
Okay.
All right, so that's
Give me unleash an attack.
blood. That is no strokes.
Can it be a spirit attack? Like, what are the rules for this?
I mean, unleash an attack. Just unleash an attack. So.
Yeah, I'm just using power because I don't get weapons.
Oh, okay.
I don't get physical weapons.
I wasn't sure if when you unleash your powers, it's like the attack is made with spirit instead of blood.
No, I don't get to switch.
Because
All
I
right,
do
so
pretty much everything with blood.
that's a 6.
Mine has one for mine like that.
Oh. All right.
Sharpshooter.
I'm afraid as a result of that, you try and send the wind. What do you think messes it up?
I haven't done it in a long time, and I'm in my shop. I'm still afraid of.
Yeah, you just don't want
It's too gentle.
I know. It's just too.
Like I want to focus it, but yeah.
And man, just like knock over maybe the little vase of flowers he has on the counter.
Shatters.
But that's it. Yeah, so she makes a mess there. Hester's like, boss, no. But then she gets really upset because it grabs you and tries to like smash you against the floor. So let's have you really keep your cool and see how you do.
Keep cool. I don't know if I'm gonna keep cool. What is keep cool?
Plus spirit.
Oh, 8.
Oh, not so bad.
Yeah, it could be worse.
All right, you only take faint harm.
Hmm.
Maybe just like some bruising as it's walloping you.
Gotcha.
So it could be worse. All right, outside. Goody Pruitt.
Okay, switching to the bow and arrow, which honestly was what she should have been using to begin with.
You should only ever be using it, to be
Well,
honest.
because the bow and arrow has blessed arrows.
Yeah.
Like, so it's more effective against these things anyways, probably.
Yeah, I mean they're like animated by unholy magic. So
Yeah, exactly. So she's going to go ahead and shoot them with her bow, hopefully. That would hit. So that is an 8. So she's going to inflict terrible harm because that's what she does. She gets to increase the harm by another 1 because of deadly. And then the bow itself does 3 harm.
So it's 5 harm.
That is 5 harm with blessed ammunition against one of the Mocking Men.
All right. I'm kind of treating the Mocking as like a group, and you are just like decimating them.
Right.
So I'm gonna be like, maybe you send out like 2 or 3 arrows, Legolas style,
Sure.
and each one is just ripping into a scarecrow.
And I'm going to say, how does it work when they inflict harm on you? How much harm do they inflict?
Let's roll keep your cool and figure it out.
Okay. So I'm going to say that one of them hits her.
Yeah, maybe one gets a shot off with its musket and see how
Okay.
it does.
So keep your cool, but I get to use Slayer keep your cool, which uses blood instead of spirit.
That's really good.
That's good because
Yeah.
that makes it a 7.
All right.
And I've got my +1 armor.
Okay.
For it.
Is the armor like physical armor, or is it like a that you? Or
It's
is it
like a holy
kind of for the-
protection. I think it's like a holy protection.
Okay. I'm gonna say like a shot kind of. Oh, so it's a spiritual kind of armor around.
That's what I think.
Okay.
What I did is I took Reckless from the Werewolf book,
Right.
and it's when you charge in without thinking about the consequences, you get +1 armor, and if anybody follows you, they also get +1 armor.
Okay. I'll say you just take like a faint harm.
Okay, cool.
As and you can decide like if it's like a graze or like a.
Yeah, I want to say it grazes or like right on the cheek.
Ugh. All right. So you carves a little bit there. And you're getting. You already had like stitches on your face. And you're gonna have even more.
Oh, whatever. I'm 45.
You're gonna die anyways here soon.
I've outlived my adulthood by.
You have 5 years left.
Yeah.
You have a good 5 years.
Okay, Andre, how are you doing? Right now, I would say you cut through about half of the scarecrows altogether.
Yeah. All right. I think I'm gonna try and let the beast out.
Whoa. Okay.
So,
Yeah, I mean it's still the same night. Like it's maybe like 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock.
well, yeah, but it's not a full moon.
Okay. Yeah, that's true.
But you can still do it by let it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is it? Plus spirit.
Plus spirit.
Fifth.
No wolfing out.
Wait. Well, I think.
He's constipated.
Try. You just get like kind of hairy.
He just gets a tail.
Some ears.
Okay.
So does
That's something out of an anime.
do you have enough to turn to an actual wolf, or do
5.
you like lose control of yourself?
Well, if it's a 6, then
It's a
it
6.
just doesn't happen.
Oh yeah.
Does it?
No.
Is that how it works? I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, that's like it's not happening.
Okay.
All right, so like you try, but the wolf is not coming out for some reason. All right, Padraig.
Well, I guess I'm gonna just keep on blasting away with my my demonic pistol. I'm gonna unleash my power and try to keep on gutting them down.
Shoot, but nice.
Oh yeah, this is a 13.
Whoa! All right. So you're definitely what's the harm for that?
So it's only two harm close, but I'm doing it for the
You inflict terrible harm.
terrible harm. Yeah.
This is your like magic pistol, right?
Yeah, this is my demonic pistol that shoots essentially bone shards. Because
Whoa.
it doesn't have the reload thing.
Because
So it's not actually.
did you like make it by eating a carcass and then putting it together? And...
Honestly, I pulled it out one day. I'm like, this is cool.
Just turned that way. Yeah.
It absolutely is made of bone and other sort of semi-organic things. I don't question things.
It shoots teeth.
It shoots something. It shoots something that hurts
They're
things.
your own teeth. So you don't use it.
Oh man. Uses your own teeth as ammo. Oof. Well,
It'd
took
be
a-
awful.
it took a bite out of crime or out of scarecrows, I guess, because
They call me Scruff McGruff.
That is
Yeah.
a plot point in the movie Existence.
I'm trying to. I saw Extents a while ago.
Yeah.
I just remember like those the weird guns they had that were like made from frogs or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, great
And the
movie.
bullets were Jude Law's teeth.
Oh right, okay. Yeah, great movie. Yeah, it's a very good like kind of a weird bridge between the Cronenberg body horror and like the Cronenberg now, which is just like not exactly body horror, but still pretty horrible.
Is there really anything that could be considered Cronenberg now?
Well, movies that Cronenberg makes now.
That's true.
Like Match
Okay.
the Stars and
Yeah.
Eastern Promises, Cosmopolis. They're horrifying, and there's like bodies involved. So
Yeah.
it's sort of I don't know. Great director. We love you,
Episode
David
1
Cronenberg.
of Rick and Morty Cronenberg.
Oh yeah, yeah. If you're David Cronenberg, please write it and correct us. We love your work here. Big fans.
Cronenberg like the Halloween episode of Fiasco.
Oh, okay.
Don't watch it. Nope.
Well, you took down a few more scarecrows with that shot.
Don't watch our other shows on time.
No, watch the show. Just don't watch that episode.
Ooh.
You should only watch that episode.
Oh no.
It's the best one. It's what causes to have a parental advisor.
Ooh.
It really is.
Oh no. All right. Well, they're firing back.
Okay.
Padraig, let's have you roll to keep your cool.
Cool.
And
I think I like that's an 8. It's fair, right?
yes.
That's an 8. I kind of keep it.
And a 7 and 9, the MC will tell you what it's going to cost.
Okay. You get another level of faint harm.
So I'm down to Grievous.
Yes.
Okay.
Andre, let's you do the same. I'm gonna say another. Maybe this time a scarecrow like bashes you with the musket. You're taking some damage there.
I definitely am.
Andre, you take also there.
6.
All right, you get your second level of faint harm. Okay. Kat, you already took some harm with the exchange, so
Well, I did, but it was part of my attack. So if you
okay.
want to have,
Yeah, I think I might. All
Yeah,
right,
go for it.
Keep your cool, and then we'll check on our friends in the store.
oh, I hella kept my cool. That's a 10.
Whoa. Okay.
So I'm gonna say one of them like came at her with her claws, and she just went.
Yeah,
nope.
you're able to dodge the attack there.
She
You're
just
okay.
goes, "Not today, Satan."
Ooh. All right. So meanwhile, back in the store, Diego, what are you doing?
So, what's his name? Francis?
Yeah, Sir Francis.
Sir Francis. I'm going to try and persuade him to, join our side.
I'm
Okay.
gonna burn it dead on that +3.
+3? Nice.
All right. So what do you say to him? Are you like opening up the closet door, or
Can I open the closet?
Can you just
You
go
can just
through
go
it?
through the closet.
or just go through it? Yeah.
I'm going to go
Just
through
stick
it.
your head through.
What you doing in here, buddy? Hey there.
Yeah,
It'd
he's
be
like
awesome if you just stuck your head through.
Yeah. All right, stick my head through.
yeah. He's tied to a chair. He's naked from the waist up, just wearing some like kind of stockings and trousers. Not looking pretty. His wig is askew. His powder is starting to fade. His beauty mark is gone.
His bandages need to be changed on his stump hand.
Yes, and also his hand is gone as a stump.
But
Roughly
you do
bandaged.
notice now that he has a tattoo right there that says John 3:16 for some reason.
It's not really a tattoo. It's more of like
Carved into him.
It's like a scar.
Hi, Francis. You're not looking so well.
What the devil?
Not
That's how you
the
got
devil.
into this mess.
Well, it is how you get into this mess. The devil being Claggett.
Oh?
He's the reason why you're here, mate. Not us. Not the folks you're talking.
Look, I have drunk a great deal of absinthe and smoked a large amount of opium, but my memory is still enough to recall that it was not Lord Claggett who trapped me here, and not Lord Claggett who cut off my hand.
You're welcome.
Some of the people he employs are a bit heavy-handed.
Hand jokes, yes.
We make a lot of those on the ship. What I'm saying is,
I would clap if I could.
Just hit
Don't
the
worry, we'll
stone.
give you a hand.
whatever they said, there's a way you could get back at Claggett. For hiring us, yes, we will admit our fault in this, but he screwed us over too, mate. So I'm hoping maybe we can help each other out.
He's intrigued.
Because otherwise, he's going to enslave us all, mate. Doesn't matter if you worked with him previously or not. He will come for your soul, and it will be his if you let him. Don't let him. Join with us.
Okay, why don't you roll Persuade, and you're cashing in Lars's debt about keeping him alive. All right. So let's have you roll Persuade.
All right, +3.
Yeah.
+3, and it's with hearts. Yeah. How do we do there?
10.
Whoa. All right. He's like, a few conditions. You untie me,
Yeah, that was a given. Can't do anything
and
tied
you
up.
don't make any more jokes about missing hands.
I can promise that. I'm not sure about the rest of it, but I won't.
All right. Untie me.
All right, take up me axe. Hold still, Nate.
No. Don't take my other hand.
I cut the ropes.
Okay. He pulls himself up.
He goes right through the head first.
He opens the door. So, Lars, I want you to roll one more keep your cool before he stops the detritus construct from destroying you.
Oh, yeah.
Oh boy.
How we do there?
I found my focus. That's like 11, I think.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay, that's pretty good. All right, you don't take any more harm. You were able to just kind of guard yourself, so it's not smashing you too much.
Bring up a pot. Bing.
Yeah.
On the other hand, you can use those constructs to get back at Claggett a little bit right now. See those men out there?
Oh.
They're under his employ, aren't they, Lars?
They are.
So should I send this little fellow out there to deal with them?
They're like, not my stuff.
I mean, it is some of your
Like,
excellent.
she's gonna point out this like small clock.
That's the only valuable part. The rest is trash.
So Lars, are you gonna agree to this?
Whatever will help our friends. Yeah.
Oh
I'm
wow.
okay with that.
Hester's like, boss, that's this month's inventory.
It's okay. I believe our. Damn, I forget his name again.
He's like, it's seriously just driftwood and brutally.
Yeah.
The second relic of Ifkodan.
Father Wright will be able to aid us in getting more inventory.
Reverend Wright says, if you save my life, I'll see what I can do. All right, so Sir Francis gives it some directions, and the detritus golem rushes out while you guys are all
the
fighting
hell
with
is
the
that?
Moccasin. Yeah. This weird collection of cool driftwood, fun trinkets, just some clocks, candles, lanterns, just all kinds of stuff you managed to happen in your shop. Maybe a weird Puritan equivalent of like Big Mouth Billy Bass. That's clockwork, and it sings "Nearer My God to Thee" when you turn it on. Anyway, all of that is smashing into the Mockin Men. It is just this crazy battle spilling out onto the street. It's getting shot at and clubbed.
I've seen
but
some weird things, but this is the weirdest I've ever seen.
You made a pact with the devil.
How did you know that? The guy that looks at the bottom with the wooden eye? I don't know what you're talking about.
I know nothing about his passion for the devil.
Sir Francis says,
I don't know.
now, if you have some means of egress, I believe now would be the time. You do have some means of egress, do you not?
Let's see.
No, we came here half-cocked.
Well, I do believe if we raise a
Where's
toast to the sky.
Where's the toast?
Ah, all right. So you hold that up.
Yep.
The Chase Gallery, that flying canoe, comes speeding down from the heavens and lands neatly in front of the shop.
Jacques, as swift and as awesome as ever.
And Hungry Jacques says, "Please come aboard."
Are all the Mockin men gone?
Well, they're still there fighting, but they're being distracted. I mean, by this giant bunch of stuff that's fighting them. So your way to escape is clear.
I say, Hester, if I don't return, the shop's yours, but you've probably known that already for a long time.
Oh, well, thank you, boss. That warms my heart. Thank you.
Is that all your inventory out there?
No.
Reverend Wright says, do we have a destination in mind as you all go onto the canoe?
Honestly, I hadn't thought that far ahead.
I need to
I'm
speak
shooting
with my
another
boss,
Mockin
per se.
while all this is happening.
Oh, yeah.
All right,
You're
I'm not going to
you're
make spell
staying
for it. I
attacking
mean,
the Mockin
I
men?
just...
Yeah.
In fact, you can even get your musket working now. And actually, you might need it for later.
Well, she kind of, like, she knows everyone's escaping, but she kind of wants to stay in town and track someone down.
Oh, and do some fighting? Okay, well...
Are you going after Talbot?
That's kind of what she's thinking, yeah.
Okay.
Some backup?
Did I see him with Claggett by any chance?
Yeah, he was with Claggett in the inn, so he might even not be in Salem at the moment.
He might not be in Salem.
What do you know about it?
He was there with Lord Claggett
Oh,
and your brother. So,
oh, Talbot is my brother.
no. Oh,
Ludwig was who he was with, the other werewolf.
Ludwig. Ah, gotcha. But no,
Yeah,
I
Andre
can.
knows that guy.
I might say he's flown the crew a little bit.
Was that the
Well,
leader of
so they're all together in one
werewolves?
place now.
Yes.
Shit,
Which
Then
Chance
that's where
had a
she
chance.
go.
Honestly, I agree with you. We need to take
So the
care
end
of
with
them.
Claggett's in? I'm down.
See if they're still there.
Sir Francis says, could you perhaps make a quick stop to let your one-handed heroic friend, who, shall I say, single-handedly is saving you? But yes, that's a great pun I made. I'm a genius. Is sending his little golem to do battle with those scarecrows out there? Perhaps you could find some place to drop me and the good Reverend off on your way to certain doom with the vampire.
Don't you
Let's
want
get
some
to me.
clothes first?
I mean, I think one's on, Gethsemane is on the way to the...
I think a little bit beyond it, but still.
Hungry Jacques like, so Gethsemane is where we're going?
Could also have him harbor with the renegade brethren. Hide him out in the woods.
Ah, we could do that. Or if you have a safe place of your own.
I do have a safe place of my own.
Do you now?
It's at a not very far distance from here.
Let's do it.
So they could be taken there.
All right, everybody aboard the canoe. So, Goody Pruitt, are you going, or are you going to strike off on your own?
No, I'll go, since I know that Talbot's with Claggett, then yeah, I'll go with them.
All right, so everybody piles in the canoe. It lifts off.
But she does shoot some more Mockin men.
Yeah, I imagine she's using the arrow there. And I'm going to say on the way up, maybe after you get some distance and you're kind of out of musket range and you're flying across, the Mockin men, or you're able to like get your musket working again, so you can use the musket.
Cool.
You can fix it. This takes a little bit of effort to,
Yeah, I'll use
Do-
the musket later on somebody else.
Well, you might get a chance to do it right now.
Oh.
Because as you guys are flying away, Hungry Jacques is like, my friends, I think there is enemy sails behind us. We are not alone in these skies.
Wait, someone else has
Are you
contraption
kidding
over
me?
there?
What exactly do you mean by that?
Well, as you look around, Diego, it is the Sanguine Tide. It is now a ghost ship
Oh,
That ghost ship's still
floating in the
sailing
air.
in the ocean.
Well, this ghost ship has gained flight. It is
Flying
flying.
Dutchman.
Yeah, the literal Flying Dutchman kind of thing. And the Sanguine Tide, you can see the crew, all these, a skeleton crew of ghostly pirates. All, yeah.
I bought the same tide spyglass.
what have
Actually-
he done to all of them?
Is it just ghosts on the ship, or is Claggett on the ship?
No, just ghosts. He would probably fall through.
Yeah.
However, this ghost ship is coming about, aiming its cannons at you
Great.
for a ghostly broadside.
Send the canoe down! Quick!
Can I do a glamour on our boat?
Oh, okay. Trying to kind of hide it from view.
I say either cloud it or duplicate it so they can't tell which one to choose.
Okay. What do you think you would do?
I would use my my moon mirror to reflect any possible light, so that like it's sort of like like I said, either mirrors us in multiple ways or just mirrors the effect of the clouds around us. So that
Ooh, okay. So you're kind of hiding to the dark clouds as you're
a little
zooming across that night
imagine on
sky.
the stage mirrors and
Okay. Do you need to roll for that, or is it
smoke
just
mirrors.
you check
It's
off?
a glamour, so I would be tricking people.
Okay. Oh, you're right. Yeah. So roll a mislead, distractor trick.
It's 8.
Okay.
Something.
So you can pick one. I could say this could be like an opportunity, or you confuse them for some time.
Yeah, we'll take a moment, and then you guys can hopefully think of something while we
All right. So
have a moment.
you buy some time. You can tell like these ghostly cannons are seeking out the sky, trying to aim, but they can't quite find you.
Drop it to the tree line.
Henry Jacques is like, "We," and he starts bringing the canoe down into the cover of the trees.
Okay.
What are the rest of you guys doing?
Well, trying to shoot at a ship with a gun is...
Trying to shoot at a ghost with a gun is
Yeah.
That's the question for
Well,
me.
you holy bullets.
I don't have holy bullets.
Oh, okay.
The arrows could do something. But on the other hand, she would rather just lose them and get to the safe house.
Yeah, I'd agree.
All right, so you're kind of heading into the trees there. So maybe like 2 people could do like one thing to help with this escape, or help like give them some pause, or try and
I will...
understand the magic that's kind of binding them. I think.
One thing is up to you.
Yeah, maybe Pruitt and then Lars.
I will do an assist on Jock.
Oh, okay. To help him navigate. That makes
To help
sense.
him navigate. I know that that's wild and that's not my best one, but...
Yeah, I mean that's good. It could work and help you level up too. So.
It did not work.
All right. Well, you still get to mark it. Mark a faction.
He's all like, don't tell me how to drive my canoe.
Yeah,
That's...
You're a backseat canoe
Yeah.
a backseat
I'm
paddler.
not helping at all.
Can I actually use my aware move, Snoop, to see if I can give us some better information on how to get out of this
Oh,
situation?
that should work. I think Lars won. Let's have Lars
Oh,
do something,
yeah.
and then we'll have
No,
you
please.
go there. Yeah.
I was gonna call lightning on them, just to do a storm. Yeah, just to mess with
I
them
like
more,
it.
so we
Yeah,
get
that
way
could be
more.
good.
So I'm gonna pull Wild Fury.
Ooh, okay. So roll the Unleash an attack on them.
I need that because my blood is 0, so that's 11.
Whoa! All right, you're gonna try and maybe take like their visibility.
Yeah, I
or
can
like
do.
some-
I can do 3 harm far at a distance. So
Yeah.
like, you could say like either lightning hits them, makes them like steer off course, blinds them for a moment, perhaps. That
Yeah,
could be
that makes more sense there.
very
All
bright
right.
in their face.
So the storm is like kind of rushing down, and they're like not quite able to get the broadside off. And then let's have you roll the Snoop to help guide me.
Not bad. That's an 8. So I get 1 hold, which is perfect. That's all I needed. What is the best way out of a current situation?
Okay.
With the blinded boat behind us in the distance, us heading towards the tree line, where is the best way out? Where can we
Yeah,
get
definitely
good
like
cover?
going low, going through those trees.
Any particular like feature I can point out to Jacques to take us down?
Yeah, you can see there's like kind of a trail that winds through there. You can,
Hey Jacques, there's a trail down there. Try to follow it the best you can.
this is the kind of backseat paddling I like. He brings you down and starts taking you through. Diego, this is your former ship that is now being hit by a weird magical storm. Is there anything you want to do here, or?
I want
Got
to.
to alternate
I
sides.
would love to try and figure out what exactly is binding them. How's Claggett doing it? I did it with Francis. Maybe I can do it here.
So are you going to try and like talk to them, or try and maybe this could be like investigate a place of power? If you want to help understand the spell that's trapping them and forcing them to work for Claggett?
Yeah.
All right, so let's do investigate a place of power. So roll with Knight.
Night again?
Yeah.
6. Dang.
All right, you gotta try again a little bit later. You get to, I guess you kind of already marked Knight.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're just not able to figure out what's how's he controlling them.
Dang it.
Okay. So, with that, thanks to some quick thinking, some storms, and some good navigation, the canoe is able to slip away and head towards your safe house.
Great. So I take the Reverend and Francis in. Francis,
Yes.
I don't trust you.
Well, I believe the feeling is mutual, my dear, because you did chop off my hand, as I recall.
Aye, and if you don't want me to chop off the other,
Oh, well, of course, no, never mind. My earlier misgivings I shall cast aside. What can I do for you?
if you wouldn't mind stepping into this little cage with all the sigils on it, it would be most appreciated.
He's looking at like my
Come on,
my
give us a
pirate
hand
friend.
here.
Must I?
We do have kind of an agreement. He helps us, we help him.
Well, it won't kill him. It just keeps him from...
That's part of the agreement. No more cages.
Yes, this might require a persuasion on him. From somebody.
I take out my axe.
Alright, well, let's see if this can...
And
And I'm going to not be ignored. I'm going to get into your way.
You getting in my way?
Doesn't want it to happen.
I don't want it.
He's not getting in the safe house unless he goes in the cage. So he's either going to be out in the woods by himself or in the cage.
Like I said, he might do it because he's terrified. But you got to roll persuasion. But you're going to do it, get in the way from him to like.
It makes sense. How about I'll help you?
Okay.
Yeah. I'll lend a
So
hand.
you're lending a hand, okay.
Yeah, just say it's not going to be permanent, just temporary.
All right, so roll. So roll mortality because he's with her. How we do there?
8.
Okay. So you get a +1 to that roll.
Cool.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
because she is currently persuading by threatening him by cutting off his other hand, she does get to use. Do you feel lucky when you persuade an NPC while wielding a 2-harm or greater weapon? Roll with blood instead of heart.
So that gives you another one and the +1 from Diego. All right. How we do there?
That's 11.
All right. He's like, can I at least have like some snuff?
I do not carry anything.
You don't even have a snuff box. Ugh, very well.
And he at least get the man a pair of pants.
Is he not
Or a
wearing
shirt.
pants?
No, he isn't wearing pants. A shirt would also be nice.
I will get you a shirt.
Thank you. Silk. What about a
It's going to be,
cravat?
it's going to be
You
the
will
roughest
get
battle
what
you can
get.
imagine.
Oh my God! I am in a land of barbers.
That shit might be.
So I put him inside of the mystical prison in my safe house.
All right, he's stuck in that mystical prison. Also, your kids are there.
Yeah.
So little David, who's 5 years old, runs out and is like, "Mother, you've returned, Mother."
I've brought a guest who has to stay in the magic cage. You remember the last time I had to put somebody in the magic cage and why?
I think so.
It was a very bad person that I had to hold for trial.
Ruth is like, come here, David, and she takes his hand. This is your older daughter,
Yeah.
Ruth.
Now, Ruthie, you might have to become the head of household after tonight. I take it that you are prepared?
I believe so, Mother. The fear is upon me that I will have to take your role, perhaps, but I can at least look after David.
Well, Reverend Wright can lead you in instruction, much as he led me in instruction, and you know how powerful he has made me in the eyes of God, our Father.
Oh. even little David is doing it too. So the Reverend says, "Your mother has done me a great kindness and shown herself to be a woman of true virtue."
Now, children, if your uncle shows up at the door, do not allow him in.
What if he offers me a sweetie? Says David.
Then especially do not allow him in, because you're not supposed to eat sweeties.
Oh.
Those
Ruth
are-
is like, David, sweeties are sinful.
Stay away from the devil and watch your teeth.
Puritan character.
You pull like a sucker out.
If you require a treat, you can suck on your button.
Suck on what?
On your button.
Oh, very good.
Poor kids.
I know, right?
All right, so Reverend Wright is safely in there, and Sir Francis is in the mystical cage.
Now make sure that you do share some of the food with Sir Francis. There's more than enough for a week.
Sir Francis is like, can they at least amuse me with some, I don't know, jokes or jigging or play some music?
Ah!
Yeah, make jokes about his missing hand the
very
entire
good.
time.
Yes,
Oh,
children,
The
while
entire
he's
time.
in there, read him Psalms 15 through 29.
David's like,
On
oh, that's what
loop.
Psalm number 56 is my favorite.
Well, then you can include Psalm 56 as well.
Oh, yay!
Enjoy it, fate worse than hell.
Sir Francis rubbing his forehead with his remaining
There's nothing more
hand.
entertaining than the good book, nor is there nothing more serious than the good book.
Oh, so true. So while this is going on, everybody's in the safe house. Oh, so actually, Goody Pruitt, what is your safe house kind of? It's just like a cabin? Or is it like...
It's a cabin, but it is, like, also a compound. Like, it doesn't really have windows. In fact, when you approach it, you don't even know it's a cabin. It's built into a hill.
Oh, okay.
So it's, like, kind of a bunker more than anything else. But then when you get inside, it's, got all the luxuries of Puritanism.
and
Sure,
of a hunter as well.
Well furnished.
What? Do I
Vampire pellet.
see, do I see
werewolf
any
pelts.
like means of a way out? Because after the last encounter, kind of curious. You said there's no windows in this place.
Nope.
Yeah.
I'm not going
Just
inside.
the one door. Yeah.
Actually, I kind of want to investigate this place.
I want to actually have a moment with Diego.
All right, let's have you roll investigate a place of power.
Mortality.
Mortality.
Which means
Yeah. Oh,
Hey.
nice.
10, dude.
How'd you do there?
-1 with mortality.
So it's a 9?
So it's a 9.
Success.
All right. So is there some like secret that you notice? What do you think, Goody Pruitt? What would he notice about it?
I mean, he would notice that the cage that Sir Francis has been put into does, like, prevent his powers from seeping out. And you're pretty sure that anything supernatural put in the cage probably would not be able to exit the cage.
Good to know.
So powers can't get in and out. As far as you can tell, there is no other way out of this place. It's just the front door.
Okay, so Padre, you didn't go inside.
Yeah, I was gonna chat to see if Diego would step aside for a moment.
Oh, all right. So while you guys are out there in the in this cold night, we'll go talk to
Diego,
you.
you out here?
It's an generation.
I don't see it. Where is it? Where is it?
Diego, are you here?
I'm here. I manifest. Right
Pull up the
there.
eyeglass.
Where is it? Where is it?
You might need this.
I finally given it back.
Honestly, I was always gonna give it back, but after I saw what happened to your ship, I feel real bad. That is a fate worse than death, to be trapped in the permanent envoy of Lord Claggett. Hopefully we can find a way to free them, and you can hopefully take your rightful place as a captain there. Hopefully they'll say reason.
You know, I lived on that ship for over 2 decades.
Hopefully you get to live on it for the rest of your unnatural life.
Or at least free the souls.
Yeah.
As I freed myself. And I'm trying to do like an intimacy move here.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Physical, share a moment of intimacy, physical or emotional with another person. Hold one. Whenever they get into trouble, spend your hold to be there.
Mine is a corruption point. Which gives me another corruption advance.
Cool. All right, you both mark that. Use the intimacy move. You have to get the result of that.
With someone not
Well,
more.
while
with
they're
someone
doing an
not more.
intimacy move outside, I'm going to do one inside.
All right, who are you revealing something to? To
I
Lars?
am talking to Lars.
Ah, okay.
Lars, I understand the wolf, and I understand the ghost, and I understand the Irishman. But I don't understand you. Where does the source of your powers come from? So, I get to ask you a question, you must answer it honestly, but then you get to answer a question in return, and I must answer it honestly, or not corruption.
Okay. Well, you see, when I was quite young, I was in quite a bit of a trouble, and so my whole family was. In order to save us, I took on the debt from a very powerful old creature. And
Was it Lucifer?
no, this is one of the earth. This is a good creature. They saw fit to help my family and me. But in return, I indebted myself to them for the rest of my days to make sure that I can imbue them with as many powerful artifacts as possible to keep it going. Otherwise, they will not be able to help others.
I understand. So it was a good creature of the earth, and God created the earth. Therefore, it was an angel.
Perhaps.
Ah!
Rationale.
Well, then, Reverend Wright, I do apologize for thinking that he was in league with Satan.
He says, well, to be fair, you usually think that about most people.
This is true.
So, the two of you
can
who are
ask her a
outside.
question now, and she
Oh,
can
yeah,
answer
let's have that
honestly.
one. What question are you going to ask
Okay.
Goody Pruitt in return?
when you finally see through to whatever you need to do with your brother, what do you intend to do afterwards? You have a family here that I just see. What is your future for your children?
Yeah, what's afterwards?
Well, I would hope that we get restored to our rightful places in the colony. And if not, then we shall establish our own, much like that they did in Rhode Island.
If that's the case, look to me for help for rebuilding something that I've got some experience in.
Alright, now that I know that you are touched by one of God's angels instead of the devil.
So, it seems an unlikely friendship blossoming here. Cool. Andre, are you doing anything while sniffing around and talking to the Reverend or to Francis? Or
No, I just sort of did my investigation of the place and sort of waited for... Because I have someone else that I need to talk to.
Ooh, alright. Well, while you are outside, you two are outside.
Out for the ship.
Looking for
by
the
the
ship.
way, the cut on her cheek healed while she was talking, but she doesn't seem to know.
Yeah, you can try and investigate a place of power with the spyglass.
Okay.
Next time when you want to, I think. We'll see if that can keep working a bit. So while this is going on,
She doesn't know.
you guys hear some strange drum beats, and a weird procession starts winding its way through the forest, heading towards your safe house. Padraig, that you hear Asmodeus' voice that was talking to you, or the voice that came from the goat that gave you the deal is saying, a woman is coming here. I wish you to serve her.
May I ask who it is?
She will be upon you presently. You will know of whom I speak.
Okay.
And with that, this procession shows up. It is sort of like a Dance of the Dead, a procession of the Triumph of Death. If you've ever seen those like old Renaissance era, bubonic plague type paintings, where it's got a bunch of sort of undead grotesques, some like skeletal zombie drummers making a beat, some more looking like some more like vampires, men and women all like garbed in black, all in various states of decay. Some are just like weird skeletons you can tell are just held, these undead beings just held together by magic.
I'm gonna approach them. I'm gonna approach them out beyond the safe house. Keep them away from it.
Okay. At their center, they're leading the way for this like big carriage, pulled by a bunch of like skeleton horses that's making its way through. And you can see on the coach doors, inscribed in red, or is the symbol of Ordo Sanguis, that like single red teardrop, blood drop kind of thing.
More of these.
Do I recognize the drum beat, actually?
Why don't you put a face to a name? This is pretty high up in Ordo Sanguis. This is actually like
The
the
rest
top.
of us are in the safe house still.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean you might be able to
I'm
see this like
outside.
through the window. Yeah, you guys.
There's no windows.
Oh, never mind. Well, you hear the weird dump, da-dump, da-dump.
Yeah.
That's 8.
I'm just
Okay.
hanging out for now.
So you know what this is. You've never met her before.
Okay.
This is the procession of the head of Ordo Sanguis. Or, head might be the wrong word. The ruler of Ordo Sanguis. There may be or at least in England, there may be one who's higher than her in like the continent of Europe or the world, but she's the one who rules.
She's
them
the English
completely.
head.
Yes.
As soon as I hear the drum beat, I am headed out there.
Okay. Yeah, you recognize this.
Yes.
So you go out there, you join Padraig and Diego.
Wait, Andre, what am I looking at here?
That's
There is
like a
there is
perception
no
It's the
system.
procession of the head of...
I mean, they would have to.
It's
shit.
yeah, she is called the Lady of Six Fingers or the Headless Queen.
I wonder why she's called the Headless Queen.
Literal.
It's because she's no head.
I hope it's literal.
It is literal.
Does she
So-
carry
She
it
talk.
around with her, or
Oh yeah, yep. She does. So the carriage stops, the door opens, a weird long dead page boy blows a little trumpet with some bony fingers. Very, very strange out of a rusted trumpet. A black carpet extends. Some undead footmen getting it all set up for her, and then the headless queen herself descends.
I bow.
Yeah.
I bow as well.
Does she even know I'm there?
Oh yeah, she
Probably
does.
senses you there.
Yep.
She's also probably god of undead.
I would say yeah.
She's Vecna.
I'll bow.
Pretty much. Yeah. She
Seems
is.
appropriate.
She is a tall, lean, dark-haired woman wearing a dark dress. She has no head. Her head is in her hand.
She just grabs on by the hair.
Yeah, she's kind of holding it up there, letting herself.
It seems a little uncomfortable.
Isn't
I'm
that
gonna bite the
painful?
hair.
And you can tell this hand that she's holding it with has 6 fingers. Yeah.
Great.
So she's like, it is indeed most uncomfortable, but when one had one's head separated from one's shoulders, one doesn't really have much of a choice, does one?
Couldn't you sew it back on or something?
Or at
Apologies
least carry it
for
with both
this
hands?
speech of
Sorry, I apologize. I was not told who you were, and I apologize.
I was raised on the seas. Sorry, this is me etiquette.
In that case, your
I'm Irish.
rudeness will
It's
be
me etiquette as
forgiven.
well.
Oh, your rudeness is very much forgiven and
I
understood.
apologize.
You may rise when you are in my presence.
Thank you,
Stand
my
up.
lady. What brings you here?
I believe you know one of my wayward sons, Lord Claggett.
Yes.
Been associating with him.
Oh,
as
yes.
was my duty, but
He's tried to kill us, and we've tried to kill him.
It's been an interesting couple of days.
Oh, Quincy.
my lady. My apologies. If it is possible, I do not wish to associate with Lord Claggett anymore. Could it be possible to switch myself and one Ludwig of the Hussars to have him serve Claggett and not myself?
Well, if you can serve me,
But of course, my lady.
perhaps that would be a deal that I could see through. So, yes, very well. But Claggett is indeed the problem. I remember when he was just a little stable boy by the name of Quincy mucking out the royal stables. I had my eye on him and rose him up. He chose his path in darkness, and fate sort of chose mine for me. Now he's here causing trouble. It's time for him to come home.
Now, by come home, do you mean, I kind of gestured to the undead around them, finish them off and then bring them back, or,
Oh, no.
Give
Quincy...
put him in a pine box and send him across the sea where he can live out his days in your employ.
And she's like, yes, that actually... Funny you should mention that. And her undead, she kind of whistles a bit. Maybe some air goes through her stump, adding to it. And yeah, it's not a pleasant sound. Some of her underlings bring around a coffin that's wrapped up with chains. She's like, Claggett, if there was a way he could be persuaded to go back, that would be excellent, because I am rather fond of him, and I have use for him in various ways, but, well, he can be quite stubborn, so if he has to come back in a coffin that's chained shut, then so be it.
That may be possible. He does owe me a debt.
He owes me one as well.
I think he also is me dead as well.
He may owe all of you debts, and if you can keep him alive through this, that may be some way of paying those
I
debts.
think we can make persuasion of our more hot-headed companion to let us at least parley with him before we resort to more extreme measures to get him inside the box.
I would
I'm
hope
not
so.
there.
I know you weren't. I know you weren't there.
You can't make promises for me.
I said try.
We're going to try and persuade you.
Try to persuade you, not say we're going
The
to.
last time somebody tried to make promises on her behalf, it did not work out.
That's why I said try. I know well that doesn't end well when you're involved.
And she says, in return, I will welcome all of you into the Order, and your stars will certainly rise. Whether that's here in the New World, because we certainly need someone a little more stable than Claggett to keep a handle on things, or back in England. The offer is there if you wish to take it.
Can I make a slight adjustment? As what to at least my offer? Can we somehow find a way to free the Sanguine Tide from Claggett's control?
Claggett's enslaved their souls to his will. If I'm going to do
like
anything, I need them free.
I would like them free as well.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you don't need to roll for that. She's like, well,
Give me a stats for that.
Okay.
that would certainly be possible. If you can bring me Claggett, I will arrange for him to let your pirate ship sail free once more.
Alright. But he needs to be alive, yes?
Yes.
Oh, yes. No
It's a condition.
vampires turn to ash.
Wouldn't want that.
I will leave you with the coffin, and when he's ready, I'll know. So she gets back into her carriage. They leave the coffin right there on the ground with these like enchanted chains around it. And then, unless there's anything else you want to ask the Lady of the Six Fingers.
Not entirely.
How'd you
Kinda.
get 6 fingers?
Maybe she was born with it.
Born that way?
She's like, yes, I was born with it.
Oh.
Maybe it's Maybelline.
Yeah.
I don't
No,
know. It just
I
sounds
was
funny.
born with it. They said it because I have fairy blood in me.
Uh-huh.
And perhaps that's somewhat to blame for my present state. That I'm sort of part ghost, part fairy, part vampire.
Part something.
Oh, yes. Well,
Man, baby.
yeah.
Man, bear, pig.
Your queen will leave you to it. So
It was an honor.
she gets back into the carriage, and those skeleton horses carry it away in the whole procession with the boom boom drums. Heads off into the dark woods.
That could end worse.
So, what do we tell the rest of the crew then?
Well, I have an idea. I have
All
an
right.
idea.
So are you guys popping back in?
Yeah.
All right. So you head back into the safe house.
Dragging this coffin behind us.
Yeah, dragging this big old coffin.
Well,
So-
you guys are. I can't. My hands go through it, you see.
You son of a...
So were they selling coffins outside?
No, they, it wasn't sold to us. It was given to us, actually. It's,
We've just been
It's a
contracted.
means of
Something you're
getting
not
rid
telling
of Claggett.
the means of getting rid of Claggett. At least once and for all in America.
So I put Claggett in that box.
Alive.
Unfortunately,
He's
we can't.
already dead though, isn't he?
We need him in his
Undead.
current state,
In
not
his
a
current
pile of
state of
ash.
undead.
Intact.
Intact, unalive, not dead.
And we need him alive, Sarah. Crews, lives, long lives, they depend on this.
We'll be freeing the entire ship from Claggett's control. That's part of the offer. As well as anything else either of you may wish. I at least spoke for me and him. We spoke for ourselves. Power, status.
I'll agree to that as long as you all agree that upon any future involvement with these undead creatures that you do not reveal anything about getting into here.
Oh, of course not. Of course not.
And do not bring harm upon my family.
No, of course not. We never want it. As the thinking is, as kind of a balance, I think we all can agree on this. We'll help you take down Talbot.
My lady is not so cruel as to murder children.
And talking about Talbot, he is the one person that I cannot harm. He is my brother. I would be breaking several commandments.
But he's not our brother.
So we can
You
go.
can take that implication as you will.
All right. Sounds like some good deals. Deals are being struck here.
In a way.
Yeah.
Can't
I mean,
wait
maybe
to see how we screw this up.
Yeah. No, at the end when you guys go over
Always
your
make a
debts,
plan.
maybe this might come into play.
Always make a plan.
So as you guys are talking over this, kind of as you finish the conversation, it's kind of getting to be a little bit near dawn. Sun's starting to rise there,
Not his least favorite time.
yeah,
We know where he'll be.
and outside there is sort of like a large, booming, thunderous explosion in the distance. Hungry Jacques is like, it came from Gethsemane. That is not.
That's great.
And as you guys look
That
through,
damn statue.
yeah, I think that's probably the case. As you look through, you can't quite see Gethsemane through the woods. I'm saying it wrong, aren't I?
That's fine.
Okay. Well,
We know what you're talking
No,
about.
Gethsemane's.
oh,
Gethsemane.
good. Gethsemane. I'm saying it right. All right. But you can see, like, in the direction of there, this big cloud of glowing, shimmering smoke is, like, billowing up into the heavens.
Colors of smoke.
It's like white and shimmering. It's kind of alabaster.
That statue was strange.
That statue was
opalescence.
looking at me last time I was over there.
Which statue?
Did
The
you not
angel.
see this? The angel statue? They made
Yes.
carved out of a tree?
Yeah, the
They
angel
created an image
aperture.
that they shouldn't have.
Except, yeah, they built it right on a ley line, and, well, this is what we get.
Oh, you mean the statue in the church?
Something like that, but probably a little more worse.
Oh, boy.
Probably a little more evil.
Well, the vampire's going to be sleeping the entirety of the day, and my brother will be my brother into the near future. So I suppose that we need to check on Gethsemane first.
Yeah?
Sounds like
All right. Are you taking Hungry Jacques' canoe or just going off through the woods?
Remember,
Hungry
there's
Jack?
still a flying ship around.
Yeah, let's, that flying ship's gonna shoot us out of the sky.
And they're
Through the
very
woods
good
it is,
shots.
So through the woods it is, as I grab one of the chains.
Oh, no. You're taking the coffin with you or are you leaving it at the safe house?
We need the
We
coffin.
need the coffin.
Oh, man. All right.
Again, I would help, but see,
The ghost, you. Sorry, I would love to help you move, but I'm a ghost. Stuff just goes right through.
So
Hey,
that
I'm a-
has anybody else seen the spaghetti western Django? Not Django Unchained. but
Oh,
the
sure.
original
With
Django.
the coffin with the gun in it.
Guys like carrying
Yes.
around a coffin.
I guess spoiler alert. Yeah, Franco Nero. So maybe it's sort of like that. You're just hauling this
We
coffin.
open up there's all these blessed weapons inside, like, how did those get there?
Ooh, are you putting your weapons in the coffin?
No.
Jacob style. All right, they're made better on your person.
Yeah.
All right, so and with that, seeing everybody hauling that coffin, making your way through the woods, I think we're going to bring the session to a close there.
Yeah.
So, time for those closing session moves. So let's go around real quick. Maybe we'll starting with Patrick here. Tell me if you learn anything new about a faction. You want to raise a faction up, bring a faction down in return, and then do you think anyone owes you a debt, or do you think you owe anybody here a debt, or is a debt resolved? Maybe.
Think. So I'm gonna change power down to 1. They were messing with things that I'm just like, oh, that's not good, and I'm gonna increase knights due to my current pact with the Lady of Six Fingers.
Yeah.
And then I think. I guess I can consider one of my debts paid to Asmodeus as I'm following his command, and I am working with this person. My plan is to see out the deed.
Yeah, that makes sense. A great working relationship with Asmodeus continues.
Yeah.
Anything else there, or?
I don't know. I think.
Yeah, I don't know if you really. I mean, you guys were kind of simpatico with Diego there. I don't know if really there's any debts going there.
If there's a debt, it could be argued that I think that is one of us at least owes Goody Pruitt's a debt for taking on.
Oh
favor
yeah,
of,
for going straight
take-
to war with you for
well, no,
fighting in the battle.
no,
or-
for promising to go after Talbot as she can.
Oh, okay,
So I'll take on that debt.
okay.
I owe you a debt
Okay.
for taking on Talbot for you.
All right.
Okay.
How about
So
Andre?
should I write that, or you're writing it down?
We both were it down.
Yeah.
I also think my standing with Knight has increased. I've made a deal with the lady, and hopefully be away from Claggett. So, and with that, I think. Yeah, I'm completely copying him and taking down power.
Yeah.
So,
Mm.
my standings with some of these people.
And then how about Lars? Oh, sorry, Andre.
No,
Any debts? That was.
I think I may owe the lady.
Okay. Interesting. You can write. Yeah, you can write. You owe her. All right. How about Lars?
And I want to put several down. Mortality for busting up my shop. Knight for making his ship go after us.
Yeah.
Power for exploding things. And, yeah.
I know.
But
None of the factions are
basically-
really doing great, and they're all I guess Wild's doing. They're doing okay. but
Lars is
everybody
personally
else-
upset. Is what I'm saying. Personally
Yeah.
upset.
Wow, this is doing good. They're staying additive.
Yeah.
Renegades.
No, they're in 2. They're standing great with me.
I'm actually going to have to raise Wild by 1, because currently they're at -2 with me.
Hungry Shark's helping you guys out, so.
I've always had +2 with Wild,
Hey,
and so shall
My
I
standing
stay.
with mortality and power. Both
I'm gonna go
-1.
-1 on mortality though, because it was a direct assault on my place, whereas like the ship deal was more
Across the
personal
board.
to you. I'm just upset with it.
That's true.
And I'm gonna give you another one Wild because they've been out of this and they haven't done anything. I don't feel like giving a plus to Night or Power, in all honesty.
Okay.
Just I don't see a reason to give them another one. And then I don't think I owe a debt to anybody this time. I don't think I overstepped my bounds. I don't think I hurt anybody unintentionally or anything like that.
Yeah, I mean, your shop got kind of trashed, but
Right, and I thought you said our good
So Francis.
right was gonna.
oh yeah,
Right,
yeah.
right,
So
right,
you
right.
might owe him for kind of, or he sort of owes you actually. I would say for saving his life, really. Though he might owe all of you that as well.
That's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah. How about Goody Pruitt?
I'm going to say Night goes down by 1 again. Because she's made herself such a blatant enemy of Night that everybody has to make promises around her. So Night is going down to -1, and Wild is going up from -2 to -1.
Better standing.
That's something.
Not great, but better standing.
I'm keeping mortality at 2 and power at 2. Because even though there are people in mortality that don't like her, they will be revealed to be in league with Night.
That's
At
true.
some
Yeah,
point,
Talbot.
so I feel like her standing with some mortality people has gone down, but not people that are actually really in mortality. I don't feel like she owes anybody a debt. But correct me if I'm wrong, if you feel like she does.
No, I mean,
You let us stay in your sanctum.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
it was
she
very
was
nice of
being
you.
like very nice.
Yeah, that was pretty good. She did kind of rush into battle and like giving everybody finding like a good distraction for these guys. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
give me a bunch of armor.
She's been a team player in this game.
Amazingly
oddly
enough.
And even talked herself into thinking that the Fae is an agent of God. So whether or not that's like something she rearranged in her head to be okay with everything.
That's how you determine how you see the Seelie and the Unseelie courts.
Yeah.
And how about Diego?
Well, you know how I said my Wild was going to stay at what it was? I'm actually going to take that back. I'm going to shift Night up by 1, make it 2, and Wild down by 1, make it 1. Because at the moment, I kind of need to align myself with the Queen in order to get my crew up.
Ah,
The Renegades, they can't really help me on this.
yeah, sort of by necessity.
It's nothing personal, but by necessity. As for debts, I owe kind of a bit. Wooden to Lars for convincing Francis to, he'll take his, merchandise and go bust up some heads. Okay. I kind of owe you some money. And wooden to Sarah Pruitt for, now you have Francis at your sanctum, and now you gotta keep him fed and he's with your children.
That's true. That's not a great situation for
It's
her.
not. And Francis also owes me a debt for getting his ass out of that closet.
And for not getting his other hand chopped off.
So you could say he owes me too.
Nah, I don't know about that.
All right.
I don't have to go that
Wish
far.
you your luck there, buddy.
I appreciate that the reason people owe Sarah debts is 1, so she doesn't recklessly just kill an agent of evil.
Yeah.
And 2, for like harboring a person in her house that she would probably prefer.
Hey, sometimes you got to turn a blind eye to agents of the devil for
So
the
do
greater
all
good.
those debts apply or just one?
I'll say you. Well, I wrote down that Sir Francis owes you for keeping him alive.
And I would say, yeah, both of you, because that is a good reason. So Lars, another debt, and I owe Oh, Sarah Pruitt, Adept.
All right.
Francis
All
was
right.
me, Adept.
Ah.
Wait, you owe me something from before?
Yeah, I'm haunting you.
Yeah, you're like the one who we can see.
Gotcha. I consider it just a good companion. But okay, we'll call
Yeah.
it
I mean, haunting,
we'll call it a
friendship.
good companion.
So I think that brings
What's
us.
the difference?
And yeah, I think that is the end of this episode of Generation Shadow. Thence I will command the Serpent. It was kind of a more action heavy one. I think I was trying to last week's was a bit more plotty,
We had
talky.
some spy tactics.
Yeah,
we had
more-
some fighting tactics and evasion.
Yeah,
we
this
had
one I was
good conversations between our characters.
So this was So I was trying to get a more action
tried to
chase
roll
thing, and it worked
with it,
out. I think.
Yeah.
Got a bit more character
Yeah,
development
dude.
in there. I mean, I think it all turned out for the best.
I think so.
But I did level up my corruption to free agent. So now that I can mark our corruption to refuse to honor a debt to any non-mortal.
By the way, so you have to honor your debts to mortals?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. So I marked it a corruption during the game because she healed that last bit of injury that she had.
Oh, okay.
I'm
Oh, and I
thinking-
will say, Goody Pruitt, the same energy that is healing you is the one that's coming from the Angelus Aperture in Gethsemane.
Okay.
All right, and we'll see the end of that, and the end of the whole rest of this episode, this arc. We go to episode 5, A City Upon a Hill.
Yeah,
Oh,
we're gonna
man.
do. Whoa.
Yeah, the classic American
Great.
Puritan
Yes.
saying there.
So stay tuned. Next week we'll be back.
Guaranteed.
Same time, same channel, same awesome people.
Yes, the final episode
Yep.
of Arc
Final
5.
episode
Arc-
of this arc.
Yes.
Not
Arc
of the
1.
show.
I know, not of the
Of
show.
the arc.
Not the show, only the arc.
So
Still a lot more show.
Urban Shadows still going on. We just take a little break in between if you're not in tune with what we do.
Yep, and then go into a
yep.
whole new time and place for Arc 2. So
Whole new time
Well,
and
I'm
place.
going to be the werewolf.
yeah, new characters.
I'm a wizard.
Some recurring characters, new characters.
Harry.
Whole new time and location though.
Yep,
still a
and
pirate.
going through it the same system. So make sure and check it out. Check out the T-shirt that we got on there.
I'm a ghost.
Check out the
all these guys are
system.
immortal,
Get 20% off of that baby.
Not you.
We've all gotten ours. So make sure next week to tune back in and
Technically, I'm indebted.
enjoy our last piece of this arc. So until then, even in between shows, it's okay to pull up a chair and
make time to
Oh
tabletop.
my god, do it!
Let's do this.